Chloe slammed the conference room door behind her, the echo reverberating through the sterile corridors of Apex Tech Solutions in downtown Seattle. Her hands trembled as she clutched the crumpled memo, the one that casually announced the company's family values retreat, complete with whispers from colleagues about how certain lifestyles didn't fit. But it wasn't the memo that broke her. It was the laughter she'd overheard in the break room, the mocking jabs about her relationship with Alex, and the realization that her twin sister, Clara, the HR manager, had been standing right there saying nothing. In that moment, Chloe's world tilted. She had always trusted Clara, their bond forged in the fires of a conservative upbringing in a small Washington suburb, where their parents preached traditional values with unyielding fervor. Now, as she stormed to her desk, ignoring the curious stares, Chloe's mind raced with betrayal. How could Clara, who knew every secret of her heart, stand idle while the office turned her identity into a punchline? Clara watched from her glass-walled office, her heart pounding like a drum in a silent room. She had heard the comments, crude jokes about dykes in tech, aimed squarely at Chloe. As HR manager, she could have intervened, issued warnings, started investigations. But the fear gripped her. Their parents' disapproval loomed large, a shadow that had followed them since childhood. If word got back home, it wouldn't just be Chloe facing the fallout, it would be the whole family unraveling. Clara told herself it was protection, not cowardice, but the guilt gnawed at her insides like acid. Chloe sat at her cubicle, staring blankly at her computer screen, the code blurring through unshed tears. Alex's photo on her desk smiled back, a reminder of the love that had brought her such joy, and now such pain. They had met 2 years ago at a local Pride event, Alex's confident laugh cutting through Chloe's shyness like sunlight through clouds. Their relationship was everything Chloe had dreamed of. Honest, supportive, filled with quiet evenings cooking together in their cozy apartment. But at work it was a vulnerability, a target for the likes of Mark from sales, who thrived on belittling anyone different. Why hadn't Clara said something? Chloe's thoughts spiraled. They were identical twins, sharing the same hazel eyes, the same wavy brown hair. But their paths had diverged. Clara, always the ambitious one, climbed the corporate ladder with ease, her poise masking the insecurities their parents had instilled. Chloe, more introspective, had come out first, bearing the brunt of the family's initial shock. "It's just a phase," their mother had said, her voice laced with disappointment. Their father had been quieter, his silence a heavier weight. Clara paced her office, the city skyline mocking her from the window. She remembered the day Chloe confided in her about Alex, the excitement in her sister's voice. Clara had hugged her, whispered support, but deep down she worried. Their parents, devout churchgoers, viewed homosexuality as a sin, a deviation from the life they envisioned for their daughters. Clara had promised to protect Chloe, but protection meant discretion, didn't it? Not drawing attention. Yet, as the office gossip escalated, Clara's inaction felt like complicity. That evening, Chloe met Alex at their favorite cafe in Capitol Hill, the aroma of fresh coffee doing little to soothe her frayed nerves. "They were laughing about us again," Chloe confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. Alex reached across the table, her fingers intertwining with Chloe's. "And Clara?" She didn't stop them. Alex's eyes flashed with anger, her protective streak surfacing. Chloe shook her head, the hurt deepening. Alex, with her fiery personality and unapologetic queerness, had always urged Chloe to stand taller. But this betrayal from family cut deeper than any stranger's slur. Back home, Clara stared at her phone, debating whether to call Chloe. The apartment she shared with her fiancé, Tom, felt suffocating. Tom was supportive, but he didn't understand the family dynamics, the way their parents' expectations weighed like anchors. Clara had built her career on neutrality, mediating conflicts without taking sides. But this wasn't just a workplace issue, it was her sister. The moral quandary twisted in her gut. Speak up and risk her position, or stay silent and preserve the fragile peace. The next day at work, the tension escalated. During a team meeting, Mark made another offhand remark. "Hope we're not offending anyone's delicate sensibilities." The room chuckled uneasily, eyes darting to Chloe. She felt her face burn, her hands clenching under the table. Clara, facilitating the meeting, cleared her throat but said nothing specific, steering the conversation back to quarterly goals. Chloe's glare met hers across the room, A silent accusation that pierced Clara's resolve. After the meeting, Chloe confronted Clara in the hallway. "How could you just sit there?" Chloe hissed, her voice low but fierce. Clara glanced around, pulling her into an empty room. "It's not that simple, Chloe. If I make a big deal, it could blow back on us." Chloe's eyes widened in disbelief. "Blow back? They're already mocking me. You're HR, for God's sake. You're supposed to protect employees." The words hung heavy, a chasm opening between them. Clara's mind raced with justifications. She thought of their parents' upcoming visit, the pressure to present a perfect family facade. Coming from a lineage where appearances mattered more than authenticity, Clara had learned to navigate by blending in. But seeing Chloe's pain, the raw vulnerability, made her question everything. Was her silence protecting them or just herself? As the day wore on, Chloe buried herself in work, but the inner turmoil festered. She replayed childhood memories. The twins inseparable, defending each other against bullies. Now the bully was the system and Clara was part of it. Alex texted her support, but Chloe felt isolated, questioning if her love was worth this constant battle. Clara, alone in her office, finally drafted an email to upper management about fostering inclusivity. But her finger hovered over send, the fear paralyzing her. What if it cost her the promotion? What if their parents found out? The ethical dilemma clawed at her. Loyalty to family versus professional duty, societal norms versus personal truth. By evening, the sisters avoided each other, the rift widening. Chloe confided in Alex over dinner. "I feel like I've lost my other half." Alex held her, whispering, "You haven't lost yourself." But Chloe wondered if the price of her identity was fracturing the bond she held dear. The weekend brought no respite. Chloe and Alex drove to the coast, hoping the crashing waves would drown out the noise in her head. But as they walked hand in hand along the beach, Chloe's thoughts drifted back to Clara. "She's my twin, Alex. We shared everything. How can she betray me like this?" Alex squeezed her hand, her voice steady. "Betrayal comes from fear, love. Maybe she's scared of losing what she's built." Chloe nodded, but the ache persisted, a constant reminder of the divide. Clara spent the day with Tom, pretending normalcy. They hiked in the nearby mountains, but her mind was elsewhere. Tom noticed her distraction. "What's eating you?" he asked, pausing on the trail. Clara hesitated, then spilled it all. The office mockery, her silence, the family pressures. Tom's face softened. "You have to do what's right, Clara. Chloe's your sister." His words echoed her inner conflict. Right for whom? She loved her job, the stability it provided, but at what cost to her soul? Monday morning amplified the drama. An anonymous email circulated through the company, detailing complaints about a hostile work environment for LGBTQ+ employees. Chloe's heart raced as she read it. Someone had spoken up. Whispers filled the office. Fingers pointed subtly. Mark looked uneasy, his bravado cracking. Clara, as HR, was tasked with investigating. She knew Chloe hadn't sent it. Her sister's style was confrontation, not anonymity. But who had? In a private meeting, upper management pressed Clara. "Handle this discreetly," her boss said. "We don't want bad press." Clara nodded, but inside she seethed. Discreetly meant sweeping under the rug, preserving the status quo. As she interviewed staff, Mark denied everything with a smirk. "Just jokes, Clara. Lighten up." Her blood boiled, but she maintained composure, the professional mask slipping only in solitude. Chloe watched from afar, noting Clara's strained expression. Part of her hoped this would force action, but doubt lingered. That afternoon she received a text from their mother. "Excited for dinner next week. Can't wait to see my girls." The message twisted the knife. Family dinner meant facades, polite conversations avoiding truths. Chloe had come out to them years ago, but it was a topic skirted like a fragile vase no one touched. Clara wrestled with her conscience that night. Lying in bed, she replayed the interviews, the casual dismissals of bigotry. "It's not personal," one colleague said, but it was, to Chloe, to anyone marginalized. Clara's own biases surfaced. Had she internalized their parents' views more than she admitted? The thought shamed her, a mirror to her inaction. The investigation dragged on, tensions mounting. Chloe found solace in Alex, who encouraged her to document everything. If Clara won't fight, we will, Alex said, her determination infectious. But Chloe hesitated. Escalating could mean lawsuits, publicity, exposing the family rift. The moral crossroads loomed. Endure in silence or demand justice, risking everything. By midweek, Clara uncovered evidence. Chat logs from a group message ridiculing Chloe. Her hands shook as she read them. This wasn't harmless. It was targeted harassment. Confronting Mark, she felt a surge of resolve. This stops now, she said firmly. Mark laughed it off. Come on, your sister's oversensitive. The words ignited her. She's my sister, and this is unacceptable. For the first time she acknowledged it publicly. Word spread quickly. Chloe overheard. A mix of relief and resentment flooding her. Why now? Why not sooner? She cornered Clara in the parking garage after work. So, you finally speak up when it's convenient? Chloe's voice cracked. Clara's eyes filled with tears. I was scared, Chloe. For us, for Mom and Dad. Chloe stepped back. Scared? I'm the one living this every day. Your fear is a luxury I don't have. The argument escalated, voices echoing off concrete walls. Clara defended her choices. I've worked so hard to get here. If I rock the boat, it affects everyone. Chloe retorted. And my pain? Does that affect no one? The exchange laid bare their differences. Clara's pragmatism versus Chloe's authenticity. As they parted, both felt the weight of unspoken regrets. At home, Chloe poured her heart out to Alex. I love her, but this hurts so much. Alex held her close. Love means fighting through the hurt. Chloe nodded, but the inner storm raged. Was forgiveness possible? Or had the betrayal severed their bond? Clara confided in Tom, tears streaming. I failed her. Tom urged, make it right. Apologize, act. But actions had consequences. Suspending Mark could invite backlash, questions from higher-ups. Clara's mind churned with scenarios. Lose her job, alienate family, or continue the charade. The family dinner approached like a storm cloud. Their parents arrived, oblivious to the undercurrents. Over roast chicken, small talk flowed but tension simmered. When their father mentioned a church sermon on traditional marriage, Chloe stiffened. Clara changed the subject, her silence once again a shield. Chloe shot her a look, the unspoken accusation clear. After dinner, in the quiet of the guest room, Chloe confronted her inner demons. Why did she crave acceptance from a system that rejected her? Alex's love was her anchor, but family wounds cut deep. She decided. No more hiding. Tomorrow she'd file a formal complaint, with or without Clara's support. Clara lay awake, guilt consuming her. The price of her silence was eroding her self-respect. She resolved to back Chloe fully, damn the consequences. But doubt whispered, was it too late? The complaint hit like a bombshell. Chloe submitted it the next morning, detailing months of harassment, naming names. The office buzzed with speculation. Alliances formed and fractured. Clara, as HR, received it first, her stomach dropping. This was her chance to redeem herself, or falter again. Reviewing the document, Clara saw the depth of Chloe's suffering. Isolation, anxiety, diminished performance. Each word was a rebuke to her inaction. In a meeting with Chloe, Clara said, I'll handle this properly. I promise. Chloe's response was guarded. Promises are cheap, Clara. Actions matter. The word stung, a mirror to Clara's failures. Upper management convened, pressuring for a quick resolution. Minimize disruption, they insisted. Clara pushed back. This is about culture. We can't ignore it. Her boss eyed her suspiciously. Personal involvement, Clara? She admitted the relation, risking bias accusations. The room tensed. Her promotion hung in the balance. Word reached their parents through a family friend in the company. A frantic call came that evening. What's this about Chloe causing trouble at work? Their mother demanded. Clara deflected, but the truth simmered. It's not trouble, Mom. It's standing up for herself. The line went silent then. We raised you better than this drama. The disapproval cut deep, echoing childhood lectures on propriety. Chloe meanwhile faced backlash. Colleagues whispered, some supportive, others resentful. Mark confronted her in the hall. Stirring up shit because you can't take a joke? Chloe stood tall. It's not a joke when it's my life. Alex picked her up that night, pride in her eyes. You're brave, babe. But bravery came with exhaustion. Chloe's inner voice questioned if the fight was worth the toll. Clara suspended Mark pending investigation. A bold move. Retaliation followed. Anonymous threats in her inbox. Rumors of her favoritism. She confided in Tom. I'm losing everything. Tom replied. Or gaining integrity. His support bolstered her, but the ethical tightrope wobbled. Was supporting Chloe a betrayal of her professional neutrality? The family confrontation erupted over a tense video call. Their father boomed. This lifestyle choice is tearing us apart. Chloe fired back. It's not a choice, Dad. It's who I am. Clara interjected. We need to accept her. Their mother wept. But the church, the community. The call ended in stalemate, bonds strained. Chloe's relationship with Alex deepened amid the chaos. Late nights talking. Alex shared her own coming-out scars. Family love should be unconditional, she said. Chloe agreed, but doubt crept in. Could she forgive Clara's initial silence? Clara delved deeper into the investigation, uncovering a pattern of discrimination. She proposed mandatory diversity training, risking pushback. Her boss warned, this could cost you. Clara thought the real cost was her soul if she backed down. A pivotal moment came during a company-wide town hall. Clara stood before the staff, heart racing. We've failed some of you, she admitted. Harassment has no place here. Eyes turned to Chloe, who nodded subtly. Mark stormed out, later resigning. Victory tasted bittersweet. Clara's reputation shifted from neutral to advocate. But personal fallout mounted. Their parents distanced themselves, canceling visits. Clara's inner monologue tormented her. Had she chosen sides too late? Chloe, sensing her sister's turmoil, reached out. Thank you for finally acting, Clara replied. I'm sorry it took so long. The conversation was raw, tears flowing. Alex encouraged reconciliation. She's trying, Chloe. But trust rebuilt slowly. Chloe reflected on societal pressures. How bigotry forced choices between self and family. Clara faced a demotion offer. Step down or leave. She accepted, prioritizing ethics over ambition. The sacrifice weighed heavy, but liberation followed. No more hiding behind policies. The sisters met for coffee, tentatively bridging the gap. I was wrong, Clara confessed. Fear controlled me. Chloe shared her pain. It did. But we're family. Forgiveness flickered, but scars remained. As high noon approached, external pressures intensified. Media caught wind. A local news outlet running a story on workplace discrimination. Chloe's name surfaced, drawing online trolls. She deactivated social media, leaning on Alex. Clara defended publicly, issuing a statement. My sister deserves respect. The act solidified her transformation, but invited family ire. Their father emailed. You've chosen her over us. Clara's heart broke. Was unity impossible? Chloe wrestled with guilt. Had her complaint destroyed Clara's career? Alex reassured. She chose to fight. But the web of consequences entangled them all. In quiet moments, Clara pondered morality. Silence in the face of injustice was complicity. Her awakening came at a price. Professional setback, familial strain, but truth demanded it. The drama crescendoed with a family intervention. Gathered in their childhood home, accusations flew. You've shamed us, their mother said to Chloe. Clara defended. No prejudice shames us. The room exploded in arguments, truths unearthed. Chloe stood firm. I won't hide who I am. Their father softened slightly. We love you, but... The but hung a barrier. As they left, the sisters united against the storm. But healing was nascent, the path fraught. Months passed, the office scandal fading into policy changes. Chloe thrived in a more inclusive environment, her confidence blooming. Alex proposed during a quiet picnic, a ring symbolizing resilience. Through it all, you're my rock, Alex said. Chloe accepted, joy tempered by lingering family shadows. Clara adapted to her reduced role, finding purpose in advocacy. She joined an LGBTQ+ employee resource group, channeling regret into action. Tom supported her, their wedding plans proceeding amid uncertainty. But parental silence loomed, invitations unanswered. A breakthrough came unexpectedly. Their mother called Chloe, voice trembling. "I saw the news. Are you okay?" Chloe shared her story, the pain raw. "It hurt, Mom." Especially Clara's silence at first. The conversation opened wounds but planted seeds of understanding. Clara received a similar call. "Why didn't you tell us sooner?" their mother asked. Clara explained her fears. "I was protecting the family illusion." Admission brought catharsis. Perhaps change was possible. The wedding approached, a test of reconciliation. Chloe and Alex attended as bridesmaids, tension palpable. Their parents showed stiff but present. During toasts, Chloe spoke. "To family flawed but enduring." Eyes met, unspoken apologies exchanged. But drama resurfaced. At the reception, a relative made a snide remark about alternative lifestyles. Clara shut it down swiftly. "Not here, not ever." The act drew applause from some, glares from others. Chloe felt pride in her sister, the rift mending. Post-honeymoon, Clara faced a career crossroads. Offered a position at a progressive firm. She accepted, embracing change. "No more compromising," she told Tom. The move symbolized her growth, from silent observer to vocal ally. Chloe's inner peace grew, but societal battles persisted. A promotion came her way, but with it subtle biases. She navigated with Alex's support, their love a fortress. Family therapy sessions began, urged by the sisters. Their parents resisted at first, but revelations emerged. Their own upbringing steeped in rigidity. "We thought we were doing right," their father admitted. Chloe challenged. "Right for whom?" Dialogues turned heated, emotions spilling. Clara facilitated, drawing from HR skills. "We all pay prices for our choices." Her own sacrifices, career stall, emotional toll weighed, but worth it for authenticity. A pivotal session uncovered deep-seated fears. Their mother confessed, "I worried what people would say." Chloe empathized. "I worry every day." Bridges built slowly, understanding dawning. Alex became family, her presence normalizing their relationship. Dinners grew less awkward, laughter returning. But setbacks occurred. A church event where exclusion stung. Chloe chose distance, prioritizing mental health. Clara reflected on her journey. From betrayal's enabler to redemption's seeker. The moral ambiguity haunted. Was her initial silence unforgivable? Chloe assured. "We grow from mistakes." The narrative shifted to broader impacts. Chloe spoke at a conference on workplace inclusivity, sharing her story. Applause followed, but trolls online attacked. Resilience hardened her. Clara co-authored a policy paper, influencing industry standards. Professional redemption came, but personal costs lingered, strained parental ties. As the year turned, a family holiday tested progress. Gathered around the tree, conversations flowed easier. Their father asked about Alex, genuine curiosity shining. Chloe answered openly, hope flickering. But undercurrents remained. A debate arose over politics, prejudices surfacing. Clara mediated. Love trumps fear. The evening ended positively, but fragility persisted. Chloe and Alex planned their own wedding, inviting all. Acceptances came a milestone. Preparations brought joy but anxiety. Would acceptance hold? Clara helped, bonding over details. "I'm proud of you," she said. Chloe replied. "And I'm grateful for your change." Forgiveness solidified, though scars reminded. The wedding day dawned bright. Vows exchanged, tears flowed. Their parents participated, a tentative embrace of change. Post-ceremony, reflections abounded. Chloe pondered the prices paid. Emotional wounds, professional hurdles, familial strains. Worth it for love's triumph? Clara questioned her path. Had silence been a necessary evil or pure cowardice? Growth answered partially. Society's lens widened. Friends shared similar stories, highlighting systemic issues. The sisters became advocates, their bond stronger through fire. Yet doubts lingered. In quiet nights, Chloe wondered if full acceptance was illusionary. Alex reassured. "We're building it." Clara's inner voice echoed. "Choices define us, but at what cost?" The story's arc bent toward hope, but realism tempered it. Damage done, healing ongoing. Years later, the echoes of that office betrayal still resonated, shaping lives in unforeseen ways. Chloe and Alex built a home in the suburbs, Adopting a child, their family a testament to defied odds. Parenthood brought new challenges. School biases, societal stares. Chloe fought them head-on, her voice amplified by experience. Clara advanced in her new role, leading diversity initiatives nationwide. Her marriage to Tom flourished, but childless by choice, she channeled energy into mentorship. Regrets faded, replaced by purpose. Family dynamics evolved unevenly. Holidays became inclusive, their parents softening with time. Grandparenting melted reservations. The child called them without judgment. But old habits died hard. A slip of tongue here, a hesitant question there. Chloe's inner world remained complex. She journaled thoughts. The silence that once broke me now teaches empathy. Alex read them, nodding. We've paid dearly, but look what we've gained. Clara visited often, the twins' bond unbreakable. Over wine they dissected the past. I betrayed you, Clara admitted anew. Chloe smiled. And you redeemed yourself. That's what counts. A crisis tested anew. Their father's health scare. Hospital bedsides forced confrontations. I was wrong, he whispered to Chloe. Forgive an old fool. Tears bridged decades of misunderstanding. Recovery brought renewal. Family trips opened dialogues. Their mother joined a support group, learning allyship. Professionally, Chloe launched a consultancy on inclusive workplaces, her story inspiring thousands. Speaking engagements multiplied, each a catharsis. Clara co-founded a nonprofit, aiding queer professionals. Awards came, but fulfillment stemmed from impact. Yet, the narrative's underbelly exposed ongoing struggles. A backlash article labeled them agenda pushers, reigniting trolls. Chloe shielded her child, questioning exposure's worth. Alex stood firm. We fight so they don't have to. Chloe agreed, but weariness crept. Clara faced similar scrutiny. A board challenge to her initiatives. She defended passionately, winning but exhausted. Is change ever complete? She pondered. The sisters collaborated on a book, chronicling their journey. Writing unearthed buried emotions. Clara's guilt, Chloe's resentment. Therapeutic, it fostered deeper understanding. Publication sparked debates. Panels discussed silence versus action, family loyalty versus self-truth. Readers shared stories, a ripple effect. In interviews, Chloe emphasized, love demands sacrifice, but so does justice. Clara added, moral choices aren't black and white. They're shades of human frailty. Their child's first pride parade symbolized progress. Family marching together, flags waving. But realism intruded. A relative's disownment letter, societal regressions in laws. Vigilance remained. Chloe reflected on the initial shock. That conference room door slam, the catalyst. Without it, would change have come? Clara wondered. Her silence's price worth the awakening? The story closed not in resolution but continuum. Lives intertwined, forever altered by choices' echoes. Was Clara's initial silence an unforgivable betrayal, or an understandable response to a world stacked against them?